for this class on this side. If I can show you more closely, you'll see some doodles. You have a little dog. I try to make it look like the dog with a blog, if you guys seen that when you were younger. Got some flowers here. Made a little vase here. It's polka dot. And I had bullets of assignments I had to do. I had to abbreviate because I'm not writing out the entire thing. But we had a little part where we had to learn how to take notes on notes. And maybe I'll read some of them to you. It's how to be a good listener. A listener encourages a speaker to communicate fully and clearly. And I do not expect you guys to be able to read this. I know the lighting is bad. But here, maybe you can read it here. Next thing says a speaker should be clear with their speech and communication. Clear with their speech and communication. Actually, this side might be easier to read for y'all. I don't know. My hair is also covering the light source. And I don't know if this is going to be backwards. Oh well. I feel like a mom. Maybe you want me to continue on with the notes because I only read you the first two definitions. Active listening, notes, thoughts, ideas, and facts. You should take those into account when you're actively listening. And if you're taking down notes, you should write down the big concepts. And just remember that taking notes, something as simple as taking notes, takes practice. And I would know. Because I was really bad in high school. Like about my grades and stuff. Be prepared with materials. Obviously, I was in this class. That's why I wrote on a piece of cardboard. I hope you find me not only soothing, but also a little bit entertaining. Be present, focus, and concentrate. To be a good listener, you need to focus on what your conversation partner is saying. You have to anticipate and participate. And since this is talking about maybe, taking notes, I'm talking about talking to other people, but this is talking about taking notes. It says preview subject. So like say you're studying for school, just go ahead, look at your Canvas modules and see what you might be talking about that week. You must be alert and practice. Active listening takes practice. So does taking notes. It opens the opportunity to learn and with eagerness. Yes. I think that's very self-explanatory. You should reciprocate enthusiasm in conversation and focus on the content, in both in conversation and when taking down notes. And This also encourages wisdom from teachers. If you're actively listening to your teachers, maybe you'll learn not only subjects, but life advice as well. Listen, teachers have been your age once before. They were students before. It just makes sense that they would want to give you advice. If you're gonna ask questions, probably ask intelligent, clarifying questions. It like gets straight to the point, but you don't really have to if you're talking to other people. And then we had to write a little summary of our notes, and so I'll read that to you now. Listening is a social skill that has major payoff in both professional and personal settings. Listening will allow you to see opportunities that you may have missed otherwise. It is a muscle that must be exercised and a skill that must be developed. And I think, key takeaway, listen in conversation and in school when you're taking notes. Words of wisdom from a drunk girl in her room. By the way, I'm a college student, so I guess a drunk college student in her room. And some of y'all like the scratching sound. Tat it out like a Chipotle bag. This actually does look like a Chipotle bag. I don't know. Or maybe you just want to hear like the. I know I really like those sounds. And I see a lot of ASMR channels that don't really do it for long. Whatever this sound is, or motion, or action. Let's play a game. What am I drawing? That's right, it's a star. That's a heart. And that's a smiley face. What else can we draw? I know That was probably like a whole different level of like the simple drawings I did. But it's a house with a tree and a sun somewhere over here and some clouds. If I learn how to edit, I will draw it on there too, like as an overlay. But if not, you can just use your imagination. I'm not Bob Ross. I have his haircut though. May I have some more porridge, sir? I don't think I'd be a great ASMR person to sleep to, but maybe you might want to. And that's okay. That's kind of a fun visual. Originally, I had an assortment of different triggers, but I think today we're only gonna have the cardboard box. Excuse my pinky, I know she looked weird out like that, but that is what I called childhood imagination of where I thought pinking out was like proper, but I think it means something like you have syphilis or some bullshit. Because again, sorry guys, this is like low-key not a PG video now. No hand roll. Because my hands got eczema. If your guys' hands got eczema, it's okay, girl. Or guy. It happens. Or non-binary pal. I think I stole that from Thomas Sanders, the Vine guy. I think that's what he used to say all the time. He's a pretty cool guy. Oh. Maybe I might be uneducated on something, but hopefully not. Hopefully all my childhood internet celebrities aren't like bad. I know some of them are probably, you know, but hopefully not. I don't know. I feel like at some point everyone's bound to get canceled on the internet. And maybe that statement might be it for me. First and last day on the job, chat. Y'all want to do some roleplay? Let's do some roleplay. It says you're in here for a general checkup. Chat, I'm not a nurse or a doctor or anything. I don't know how these go. And your name? It says here that your name is. Oh, okay. Okay. YN. Right, that's what. That's your initials. Okay, because your name. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. And you're here for an unspecified reason. Okay. And what are your symptoms? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I don't. Let me grab a pen. They're tweezers. You don't need to know that though. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Interesting. 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 And how long has this happened? Okay. Okay. So you've had sometimes A, B, C, D, and then you have a problem with F and G. This has been happening for about, let's say, like 26 minutes ish. Uh-huh. Like on repeat. On repeat? Okay. On repeat. How do you sleep at night? Like, do you get your full 8 hours of sleep? Are you fatigued in the morning? No. Okay. No. Oh, a lullaby. A lullaby? Okay. And what lullabies do help you to sleep? Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Twinkle, twinkle, little star? Sounds like it. No. The alphabet song. I mean, they have the same melody. Very interesting. I'm no doctor, but it seems like you got alphabet disease. Because your symptoms are all letters, actually. A, B, C, D. Sometimes F and G. Those are letters. I recommend you get off the alphabet soup. I think that's what's doing it for you. Okay? And maybe go ahead, play with some numbers. Do some math. I don't know. Math can be fun sometimes, chat. I don't know. I can't think of a fun way to do math right now. But I know I do it for fun. Maybe it's fun when it's related to something you like. So, like, how many fish you need to catch to get a certain amount of bells. You can do that as math. Yeah, play Animal Crossing. That'll help the alphabet disease. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm just writing a prescription for your alphabet disease. 20 minutes of Animal Crossing daily, and you should be fine. It's got math in it. It's got an economy. That's math. Just make sure you don't add alphabets into said math, because then you get algebra, and that is worse than alphabet disease. That is something typical middle schoolers learn. And you are, insert whatever age you are here, and maybe you are a middle schooler, and maybe you could learn from that, and maybe you're not, and you're way past that, and that will definitely not help you sleep at night. However, if you are before learning algebra, well then I guess it's not that bad actually. I'm just making jokes. And if you really hate math that much, don't worry, because You'll always have a phone and a calculator at the tip of your fingers if you have a phone. Life really isn't that bad. Anyways, we're getting close to the 20-minute mark. I think way past that. Not really, just like a minute or so. And I think it is time to end this video. I hope you guys have an amazing day or night or whatever time of day it is for you. And maybe this was entertaining for you or relaxing or whatever the goal was for when you watched or clicked this video. I hope you did. Peace out. Take care of yourself and drink some water, chat. Ew, I sound so cringy. I sound like those. I am my favorite comfort TikToker. I'm not trying to be that. I'm literally just doing this for fun. Peace out.